This is just general programming on the FCE. I'm using the FCE, but it's similar to the FME. So what we do normally to start off, after everything's plugged in, this is the reader. Cable goes from here down to the circuit board. Plug in the chassis. I only have partial chassis, but it gets plugged in down here at the motor portion. And then I plug in the battery. I do it normally in that order. It doesn't really make any difference. I've got a remote, and I've got program cards, register, clear, user, database, lockdown, cancel, construction, and program cards. Right now, this is the construction key. This should work on the unit, and it does. You get the blue light, and it works. So we're going to program this. And generally, you have to use 3 cards to start the programming. And you want to do this all at once. You don't want to stop in the middle. So you get the register, the clear, and the program key card. The program key card is used kind of like a master card. It'll not a master card, but a master key. It'll use. You can use this for programming key cards. The clear key is also for deleting key cards and uploading information from the lock. And the register key card is kind of like your Windows backup disk. It'll restore either your register or clear card if you lose it. So you want that. So what we do first is put a programming key on there. Okay, beep beep, and it has a blue light. Then we use the clear card. Same thing, blue light. And then we use a register key card and a blue light. So that is now programmed specifically to this program card, clear card, and register key card. So if another lock is programmed to a separate programming key card, it will not read this programming key card. So you can't use this as just any lock, unless the lock is in construction mode. So use the construction key, and you'll get an error. Okay, so now we want to program this and add some cards to it. So I'm going to add the lockdown, the user, and the office key. Okay, so the first thing we do is put the programming key up there, and it'll start flashing and stay in that mode for 8 seconds. And while it's in that mode, you can add cards. So it's programming. So I can go ahead and add an office card, beep beep, a user card, same thing, a lockdown cancellation card. So that takes a little longer. And then a remote. Get the double beep. And then in the remote there's another card, and that's an office card, and we program that. So wait for this to go out of programming mode. Takes 8 seconds. Okay, it's out of programming mode now, so you can go ahead and use your card. So I can use an office key card, and that'll open the lock, and it won't lock it down until you use the card again. So wait, nothing's happening. So I use the card again, boom, and it changes. So that goes from open to closed. User key card, it'll open the lock and close it all in 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, there you go. And so that opens and closes as a user card. Lockdown cancellation key card, so we can go ahead and stick lockdown. You press the emergency button for 1 second, and it'll go into lockdown mode. So the unit is now locked. So if I go in with an user key card, should open it for 2 seconds. 1, 2, boom. If I use an office key card, which normally would open it and keep it open, it'll do the same thing as the user key card, open it for 2 seconds, and then it'll close again. 1, 2, and then it closes again. Okay, so I cancel it with a lockdown cancellation key card, and it is now done. So I also have a built-in office key card into the remote, so I can go ahead and swipe that, and it reads it and opens the lock. So if I want to lock the lock, I go back with an office key card or with a remote. I'll just use an office key card. And that changes it, goes back to lock position. So that's essentially all there is to it. There's a database key card, there's some other cards, but generally this is what you would normally use to get the lock to operate. and use user and office key cards and lockdown cancellation and your remote. And after this, no other programming unit will work. So you'd have to use that same programming card to program these locks.